Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal, and the Season 4 of Shadowlands is finally here to help you stave off the content drought that happens at the end of an expansion, giving you new updates to experience while waiting on Dragonflight. Season 4 is an experimental season for endgame content, finding creative new use for existing content instead of outright abandoning it. This update also comes with class changes that's looking to bolster some of the struggling playstyles, while toning down the overpowering, overrepresented specs. This update also brings in even more alt-friendly catch-up and gearing improvements. So in this video, I'm going to cover all of the new content, changes, and updates coming with the release of Season 4. But right before we get into these updates, most of you guys watching these videos are still not subscribed. However, the more of you remind, the more of you do. So let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel as well as the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to catch regular Season 4 updates and changes, as well as potentially future builds for the Dragonflight Alpha. First of all, let's go over all of the new content updates, starting with the Fated raid system. Raids in the Shadowlands now have a new Fated mode. These are the same raids of Castle Nathria, Sanctum of Domination, and Sepulchre, just scaled up in difficulty with a bonus special raid affix present, which is very similar to the dungeon affixes in the Mythic Plus system. When the raid is marked as Fated, that means all of the bosses and the gear inside of that instance are massively upgraded in both the difficulty and quality. Fated raids are going to start on a rotation, changing every week. If you're planning to raid in Season 4, this means that every week you'll be stepping in a new instance while acquiring relevant gear upgrades. This raiding season also comes with brand new rewards. Completing all of the raids on Fated normal difficulty or higher will now reward a new Slime Saber mount, Jiggleworth Sr. Completing the raids on higher difficulties awards titles as well as teleports to the raid locations. This raiding season also comes with a brand new raid gear vendor. Defeating bosses in Fated mode helps complete a quest that awards a new currency called Cartel Dinars. These Cartel Dinars can be spent with the raid gear broker vendors in Orbos found next to the weekly vault. There's 3 brokers, one favorite raid of Shadowlands, and all of them sell powerful items like trinkets and weapons from all 3 instances. These raid vendors are here to create some bad luck protection when it comes to getting your best in slot items and pieces in the Season 4. You are, however, limited to only 3 dinars per character, so be sure you're spending them wisely and getting the best in slot items first. As a bonus, defeating Fated bosses on heroic and mythic difficulty will let you gather ciphers that can be used to upgrade your raid vendor gear into heroic or mythic quality for even more bad luck protection. This feature is here to create more guarantee when it comes to gearing your main or alts in the Season 4, and if this feature proves to be successful, we may likely see it in future expansions and content updates. Next, we have updates for Mythic Plus in the Season 4. This season is going to feature a new set of dungeons. You will not be going back to Plaguefall, Tirnasai, or Sanguine Depths. Instead, the list of dungeons available for this season will include Tezavesh, Streets, and Gambit, Battle for Azeroth, Mechagon, Junkyard and Workshop, Legion Karazhan, Upper and Lower, and 2 Warlords of Draenor dungeons converted for the Mythic Plus, the Iron Docks and the Grimrail Depot. These dungeons will also see a new seasonal affix called Shrouded. Dreadlords hide among the enemies in these instances. You are contracted by brokers to get rid of as many of them as possible. The more Dreadlords you slay, the stronger you become. When fighting these Dreadlords, you'll notice they're not super crazy complicated in combat, but a simple affix could be helpful when learning a different dungeon environment. Gearing in Mythic Plus Season 4 isn't limiting. You're going to be able to start grinding for your best in slot items from the get-go. Like seasons before, completing the dungeons for Keystone Master awards a new purple Shadowlands dungeon mount that kinda resembles a decorated Voidwalker. And completing all dungeons on a +20 will award teleports to these instances. World bosses have also seen upgrades in the Season 4. Just like raids, world bosses will also be marked as Fated on a set rotation, meaning that they will be ever so slightly more challenging, but will drop much better loot upgrades. This means easier gear catch-ups for alts every single week, which is a nice alt-friendly update. We also got a brand new season for PvP, which will feature higher ranks of PvP gear, as well as a faster pace for gearing this season, a new gladiator mount skin, and a new participational seasonal mount. In Season 4, we also got some class changes, and on this channel, we covered all of the class updates coming to Season 4 in great detail in a separate video, but we will go over all of the important changes very briefly, in case you didn't catch that recent update. Death Knights are seeing nerfs mostly to PvP. Spellwarden PvP talent is getting tuned to make Death Knights less tanky against caster classes. Also, the AoE burst value of the Necrolord Covenant ability is getting toned down as well. Demon Hunters are receiving a Blade Dance Conduit nerf for PvP only. Druids are seeing a Starfall buff to overall improve their AoE and Mythic Plus performance. One of the more popular Mythic Plus playstyles, the Survival Hunter, is seeing a slight AoE nerf, but a decent single target damage increase. And mages are mostly seeing PvP tuning, with both Frost and Arcane getting considerable damage increases, while Fire is mostly seeing a survivability nerf in the process. For monks, the spec of Windwalker is seeing a very slight AoE damage reduction, but the Healing Mistweaver is seeing large damage increases for PvP to promote aggressive gameplay. Protection Paladins are getting made slightly more durable for PvE content, and Retribution Paladins are losing some burst value but getting more sustained damage overall for PvP. Holy Priests are seeing nerfs for PvP because they're way ahead of other healers in popularity. These nerfs could possibly make it easier for other healers to feel more competitive in the Season 4 environment. Rogues are seeing PvP nerfs across the board. The cooldown reduction legendary of Outlaw is getting reduced in value. The Sepsis burst of Assassination is also getting lowered, and Subtlety is seeing damage reductions as well. For the class of Warlock, the popular spec of Destruction for Mythic Plus content is seeing its AoE damage reduced quite considerably, with slight single target damage buffs to help recover some of its lost value. Affliction Warlocks are seeing its sustained damage buffed in PvP, with a slight reduction on the overall burst DPS. And finally, Protection Warriors are being made a little bit more tanky, with buffs to the Ignore Pain mitigation ability. Season 4 also has new improvements and catch-up systems for your ults. The item of Vessel of Profound Possibilities can now be bought for Cosmic Flux to max out your character's conduits. Normally this item is earned by progressing into some of the hardest endgame content, but in Season 4 you could just buy it for Cosmic Flux without any endgame requirements. This item allows you to unlock and max out all of your character's conduits if you're looking to play in the Season 4. Though its cost may be somewhat expensive. Based on the blue post, it seems this item will cost 10,000 Cosmic Flux. Cosmic Flux is earned for participating in all forms of endgame content and can be mailed from character to character, though hopefully Blizzard will reconsider about possibly reducing the price of this item heading into Season 4. You can also immediately start upgrading your gear with the Creation Catalyst in the Season 4. Any charges a character may have stored in previous seasons should transfer over into Season 4, which should allow your main and alts to quickly upgrade your items into tier pieces. And the final update of Season 4 is that there is currently no new legendary ranks for this season. This isn't really a feature, but rather one less thing for you to have to worry about. But if you are trying to min-max your character, you may want to use the legendary recycling system in order to remake some of your legendaries on items with less stats, like necks, rings, cloaks, and even bracers to pick up some of the higher value statted gear like chest, helms, shoulders, and helmet slots from dungeons, raids, or PvP. And that's going to be everything that we have regarding seasonal updates, changes, and content coming with this update of Season 4. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video and hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Are you planning on playing in the Season 4 and are you going after any of the rewards, like a new Mythic Plus mount, PvP rewards, or a new raid mount? Or are you planning on kicking it back and taking it easy until either the classic Wrath arrives or until the next World of Warcraft expansion or Dragonflight? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single live stream and video, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video, or discuss with the other members of the community what you think about the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.